Ladies and gentlemen, those children of all ages, I'm Sankey84 and this is Planetbase. Planetbase is a strategy survival city builder based on Mars, where anything and everything can go wrong at any time. So, anybody who does know me knows that if anything can go wrong, I will make it go wrong. So, let's get into it. I have put a little bit of time into this. Just getting the tutorial, learning a few basics, but only the first couple of buildings, so not much. So let's get into it and get started. There are 4 classes of planets, but you do need to unlock previous before you can unlock the next. And it does look like the class S is going to be fun. But let's start on Mars. Mars is a medium-sized planet with a thick CO2 atmosphere which partly protects it from meteors and solar flares. Well, being partly protected is better than none, I guess, but I'd rather be completely protected if you ask me. So, well, let's do the first fun part of the game and decide on a base name. There we go, Sankey84 base, what better name? And it is located somewhere in the middle on the equator. Yeah, that'll do. It's nice. Should be nice and warm there, hopefully. And here they are, the first pioneers from Earth landing on Mars in this nice little shuttle. First human colonists of Mars, and here they come. As you can see, we don't have much at the moment, but it is only a little shuttle, so you can't really assume there's going to be loads in there, right? And here we are, the surface of Mars. Now let's have a quick look around for the build. Plenty of open space, what is good. And right, let's get started. Inside here, you have a limited number of resources to start you off. Have some metal, some bioplastic, food, lots of pasta by the looks of it, some spares, I'm guessing for repairing stuff, and some medical supplies. We also have the blue guys or girls that are our workers. We have green that are biologists, so I'm guessing they'll be growing our food. Red is a medic, and the yellow is the engineers who will be building everything. We also start off with 2 robots, our carrier robot and our construction robot, who has a very strange... yeah, we'll just ignore his name for now. Right, well, let's get started. First things first, as you can see that each individual person has their own personal stats, and as you can see, one is already starting to run low, and that's their oxygen. So let's build an oxygen tent, or an oxygen generator in this case. So we'll get it down right nearby where we start, right, as well. There we go, that'll do. Now, what will happen now is the robot will go and grab the required resources from the ship, bring it over, place it where it is needed, and then either the construction robot or the engineer will come over and start to build it. And there it is. Now, of course, that's going to need some power to build, so let's build... nope, that's the inside. On the outside section, we will get a nice solar panel so we can collect all that lovely energy from the sun. And I think that way will be good, and we'll connect that. Also, if you collect, it does show you what it needs, so it needs 1 power and 1 water. So while that is getting built, we might as well start on building the water extractor. Now, the water extractor is one of the few starting things that I recommend building the biggest size possible, so it lasts longer, and we'll connect that up there. Now, once that oxygen is being produced, they're going to need to be able to access it and breathe it. So we'll get a nice airlock, and if I haven't messed this up, what it looks like I have, I've put it in the wrong spot. So there we go. Right, already first little look up, but there we go. Wouldn't be a Sankey 84 game if there wasn't a little mess at the beginning. There we go, we'll put it there. Bit more walking than I was hoping, but what we're going to do. Right, that looks like it is coming in nicely now. So what I want to be doing is, as the solar panel will not be working during the night, is build a large battery or power container. So I'll connect them up there. So that will have that, and we'll also, for that lovely wind, is we'll build a wind turbine. That should be enough to just get us started. Now, can speed this up just a touch, so they hurry up. There we go, airlock built, get that. As you can see, the oxygen generator is working now, and there we go, it's back up to full now at 22, well, at 22%, because humans can't breathe pure oxygen, believe it or not. It is actually set to the same amount of oxygen we breathe on Earth of 22%, so there we go, we don't want to poison them, not yet anyway. There we go, and they've been built, and the power collector or battery is starting to fill up already, what is good. Not quite sure that's how power works when stored, but what do I know? This is Mars after all, maybe it works differently on Mars. Right, so the next step that is going to be running low is going to be their water and food. So, the easiest thing to do here is a biodome, and we'll get some food in. Alright, so I'll make that a slightly bit bigger. There we go. That can connect there, and then once that's been built, a canteen. So they can eat the food that is grown. That can go here, I think. There we go. Right, them two can get built. As you can see, I'm starting to run low on resources, so we're going to have to soon start putting in place a way to make some more. But for now, we'll just give them a few minutes to get that built. See you in a minute. Oh, there we go, our first milestone on the planet. Survived 24 hours on the planet. Well, that's handy. And there we have it, they have been built. And because they have been built, obviously there is no oxygen in there, so it needs to be produced a bit more. So it will take time for that oxygen generator to produce it. The oxygen needs to spread. But as you can see, it's starting to build up nicely there. Right, let's just hide the domes, although before we do, just look how beautifully designed everything is. Each dome with its own unique design. Right, let's just hide them for now, as I was saying, and we'll start on food production. So, let's go into here, and what shall we make? Well, as we're on Mars, and if the film Martian has taught me anything, the best thing to eat while on Mars is Martian potatoes. So we will build 2 of them for now, and we will also build 2 tomatoes. There we go, that will now start producing some potatoes from there and some tomatoes from there for the colonists to eat. And because people are unfortunately going to get injured and we're going to be forced to heal them up, let's get a medicine plant in as well and start them growing. So there we go. And while they are now being collected from the ship and planted, we will then plan out our canteen. Now it is only a small canteen to begin with, so we can't really put that much in it. So we'll have 1 vending machine in there. We will put we will put a large table on there, and we'll put how many? Quite a few. put three water fountains there, and we'll put some plants in just to make it look pretty. There we go. And we'll leave this section free for now because we don't know what is going to be put into there. And we'll give them a TV so they can watch the news and see how great I'm doing. We won't put up, any bad stuff or any disasters. We'll hide that from them. And oh, look at these here. They lazy lot, sleeping on the floor. Right. Well, I guess that then means we're going to need the next section to be built very quickly. But for now, we'll just give them a moment to build them. As you can see, we are running short, so I think now is the better time to scrap the ship and get what bonus resources we can out of that. There we go, all the resources we got out of the ship and the ones that were still stored. Now we are going to have to start making our own, so while we've got it, let's go and build a mine to get all of that lovely Martian ore. Oh, there we go, that's a nice spot for it. There we go, and we'll connect that there. So now they'll come out, wander around, and collect the ore from there. However, no they won't, because we're going to, let's see, we'll put them here. We're going to need a workshop, or a processing plant in this case. So that can go here, and we'll connect that up with the canteen. So they can eat, work, and so on. And then, so they can get to the mine once it's been built with ease, we will create another airlock just there. So the miners can bring the ore in, it can be processed, and then it can be used for whatever we need it for. Right, let's give them a chance to build, and I'll see you in a few. Okay, I'm just about to bring over the last resource, and there was a meteor right where my ship was. Thankfully, it doesn't look like it has actually done any damage to any of the resources out here. However, we're going to have to do something about that very soon. But for now, there we go. The plant is up. Oxygen should start coming through. There we go. And we just need one connection. There we go. And now the airlock's working. Right, so now they can go to work in the mines. Bring this in, and now let's put some processing units now. So we'll go 2 metal, 2 bio. There we go. That should be a nice, easy start. Now, the next thing we're going to need to do is, so they're not sleeping on the floor, because peasants seem to like to sleep in a bed, believe it or not. Oh, that's another one done. We've become self-sufficient. So, we've got all the basics in now, what is really good. Well, I say all the basics, we've still got 2 more to put in, but that's enough to keep us ticking over for now. Right, so the first thing they're going to need is somewhere to sleep. So, let's build a nice big dorm for them all to share. And yeah, let's put that with the canteen here. There we go. Now, with most of the buildings, you can put multiple exits and entrances and other connections to them. However, some are limited to 1 only, the airlock being 1 for obvious reasons, and the dorm is another one. You can only have the 1 connection, so be very careful where you place it, as you can't put anything else to it. The other one that we're going to be building in a moment is the medical lab, or yeah, the sick bay. So we'll get that going as well, and for that one we will put that over here. But just to show you, look, no connections whatsoever allowed because it's already got one. Again, same with the airlock. Mine as well, it won't connect to because simply it's a mine, it's an outside, so you can't connect outside and inside. Right, there we go. Yeah, that can go into there. We can start building that now. And now the dorm has been built, we can start putting a few bits into it. We'll get some bunk beds for the lazy lot to sleep on. Just fill that up there. There we go, all ready to go. I love the way as well you can see the blueprints are holographic as well, showing where things are going to be put. And it comes, and a lazy sod can't even build it and falls on the floor. There we go, we have our first bed done. And what's on there? Planet News saying how great Sankey 84 base is. Nothing's wrong, everyone's happy. You tell them. Now, here we go, got some food growing now there and being produced. That is some starch, what comes off the potatoes, and that goes in to make the bio. There we go, first one's using the bed. Another thing I do like about this as well, if you just click on this camera here, you can actually go into the security camera in each room and have a look and see what everybody's doing. Watch them sleep if you really want to do that. Or if you come out of there, we can go and watch if we can't find any of them. Does the airlock have one? No, the airlock doesn't. Okay. And the corridors don't. But if we click on here and go in, let's have a look at this one. If anybody was actually working, you could actually spy on them and make sure they're working properly. Although you don't really get to control them, what they do, they kind of do their own thing. What is great for people who don't like to min-max the games, but sometimes, like now, nobody is building or creating anything, and that can be a little slight issue slowing you down. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to wait until the sick bay has been built, eventually, and then I'll get back to you then. Okay, you join me back now a few Martian days later. Unfortunately, I had to try and sort a few little bits out, because they decided to try and build everything before they built the sick bay. So, just to show what they have built, I've got another food pad in there, so they can now have some peas. And I've given them another potatoes as well to create a bit extra starch to try and hurry it along. Right, so the sick bay, just like the dorm, it is an end one, so it can only have the one in. But, well, we need to make them feel better apparently. So, okay, so we're going to start building now. I'm going to put 2 beds in here. And then we'll put a storage cabinet there for the medicine, so that the doctors can get to it and they're not running around the entire base trying to find it. And if my test run has taught me anything, multiple storage bins are going to be beneficial later on. There we go. Can I fit? No, there we go. So we'll now let them start building that. But we're going to need to make some medicine as well. So to do that, we are going to need to build another room. But before we expand any further, some of you might have noticed that our power storage is not looking too healthy at the moment, so we're going to need to build more power. So, first things first, let's throw down another solar panel over here, and this time we'll make it a little bit bigger. I've got the resources for it, so we'll go with the biggest one we can make. So during the day we're getting lots and lots of lovely sunlight power. Let's build that. And we'll do the same with the wind turbine. So if there is any wind at any point, you can get the most out of it. There we go. It can all be put into there. There we go, look at the minions, colonists, running back into. Mine seems to be doing pretty well, stacking up some ore there. That should be getting changed soon. There we have it, our first 2 beds. Oh yes, see down the bottom left there, power shortage. That is because, as we can see up the top, there is no wind at the moment and no sunlight. That's going to be causing our first issues. But come the morning, we should be fine. There we go, our large solar panel is there. And yeah, as suspected, we've run out of power. That's okay, it just means nothing will work until we get some more power. But we haven't got much longer until the sun comes up. There we go. That should start producing the power we need again, and then everything will get running a little bit. Can't anyhow. No, still 21. There you go. It's back up to 22% now, so we are fine. Right. So there we go. That's filling up quite nicely now, and very, very fast. There we go. We're using 36, but we're gaining 118, 14, 17. Make your mind up how much we're making so I can. Yeah, there we go. But we're making more than we're using. What is a positive? There we go. So while that is filling up and everything is running up there, we are now out of metals. So that's not going to get built at the moment, but what we can do is we can get these inside and make it easier for everyone to get to what they need by producing a storage room. So the storage room can go here, and we'll make it slightly bigger than necessary for now, so it should last us a long time. Connect that up to there, and then what we're going to do momentarily, once that is done, is we're going to put another oxygen chamber in, just to make sure we don't run out of nice, clean oxygen to breathe. So there we have the basic base set up now. Might be slow, might not be the most efficient, but we have a start. Okay, I think it's time now to give them a few more seats. So we'll give them another big seat for them. You know, more of them can sit down and talk together. You never know, they might make friends. Now, another thing I do love about games is stats. Looking at your stats, seeing what's what. So let's have a look how things are going. So we're doing good, apparently. What's great news to hear? Yeah, we've got not much prestige, but we've just started. What do you expect? We so far have the 7 colonists we started with, so bonuses there. We haven't lost anyone yet. No visitors, but I mean, who'd want to visit at this moment in time? So out of our colonists, 3 workers, 2 biologists, an engineer, and a medic. No guards at the moment. And we've got 4 robots. Oh no, we've got 2 bots. We've dropped down to decent. Why? Ooh. Let's not that many. Let's have a look what's going on. We've run out of bio and metal. But that's okay, that'll come back soon, and we can get these built back up. That is not a problem. Just a few colonists overworked, but what to expect. Now what we can do is, now that has been built, we can start planning to bring some more colonists in. Now we've got all the basics in, so we'll build a nice small landing pad just outside here, and then connect that up. It's only 4, so that should be not a problem. Right, now I'm starting to bring the medicine in and put it in the cupboard. What is looking nice? 8 of them we can have in here. 8 medical supplies, 6 beds. That shouldn't be a problem. Now we will have to start making some more soon, but that can just wait until we've got our storage room up, as you'll see why soon. So yeah, it is a bit of juggling, multiple things. There we go. Sun's coming up again. Right, as I was saying, yeah, there is a bit of juggling between different things, a bit of waiting, but I mean, just look at it. Nice, calm, so far relaxing. I'm guessing when things start going horribly, horribly wrong, and they will go horribly, horribly wrong, then that's when it doesn't become relaxing anymore and it becomes very, very stressful. But until then, we have a nice base. Basics are going okay. Nobody has died yet. Getting our first landing pad in. We will at some point get a storage in so we can store the stuff we're making. And we seem to be fed just about. And we've had more meteors crashing around us. I think we'll let's build some more food. What shall we have? We've got peas. Let's put another tomato plant in there because that's always handy. And they are fast. Not a bit. Let's do 1 lettuce and 1 mushrooms. There we go. They can have a salad. And I'll put another medical one in there. And let's have a look. Let's put some maize in. There we go. That's filled up now, so that will, once they're in, that should produce more than enough food. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that is enough for now. We've got the basics down, we have got everybody working, so next time we will bring our first colonists as the landing pad finishes, as I'm finishing this off. So we will bring our first lot of colonists in, so just before I do, let's have a look what we can do. There we go, colonists, traders and visitors. At the moment I can't have any visitors. Well, that's, never mind about that, we'll sort that out at another time. But yeah, we can bring in some new colonists, we can do a bit of trading, we'll figure all that out next time. But until then, I've been Sank84, this has been Planetbase, look after each other, and see you soon. Goodbye.